We called Dolly in on the milk stand. We're going to show you our quick milk stand. It's just a kennel, dog kennel. It's a real quick setup. My canopy, just protection from the weather. I made it bigger with tarps that need to be replaced. You can see. Also, we just put down some little pavers. Now I have a water hose. This is kind of dirty right now, but it's very cleanable. There's a broom I keep kind of in the corner, maybe you see, and a hose off yonder, which ideally would be sweeping and spraying everything down. I can also clean her up. She just kidded a few weeks back. I can, gosh, she's ready for milking. Okay, we're going to calm her down and set her feed. This little corn is her favorite, and I got about 2 cups sweet feed. It's just because it's kind of cheaper, and but the corn is what she likes. If I need to keep her calmed down, I definitely give that to her. I'm going to try to find a place to set my camera where I can also do my hand milking and show you how we do this. To show you some of our milking process. All the girls around here are very eager to get in and get their grain, and then they're standing around waiting for their grain and calling for their babies. They're very uncomfortable with their full udder, having been left overnight in one pen and their babies overnight in another pen. Aren't they sweet? And that gives the mamas a nice full udder, which we see here. This is Dolly. She's our girl. So I'm going to set this where hopefully we can see what's going on. And here is my makeshift little thing to tie her feet. It's a hobble. Keeps her little feet in place, ideally. They're perfectly behaved, and you never need one of these. Okay. Now, I'm going to give her some feed. Keep her a little bit more still. And we're going to tie things together here to keep her still. Hopefully that's enough of a mess of knots to hold it, and then I'll just kind of clip her foot so it doesn't go way up to the front. She wants. This is not perfect. We're just doing what we can today, but ideally she has a little cup that we would dip. I don't use bleach in my udder wash because to me it just it leaves her kind of her bag real dry, and she needs balm, udder balm. Let's see, we'll dry her off, and we'll do a little start her milk flow, and so we'll get a little bit from each side here. And I use a milk machine, Dashna. It's a 2-teat milker. I love it. If we have carpal tunnel or arthritis or whatever. And I also, just to let you see, have a, here's my Dashna 2-teat milker. Very simple setup. And there's my jar down here. This is how it looks. You use it with your hand, but I actually have my husband kind of set this little stand up for me, and it helps. It's a foot press. See, and I'm going to go like this, and then I can use my 2 hands on each cup. So here we go. I think everything can be seen, sort of. Let's start. I'm going to pump in about series of 5s, and I usually get to about 15 pumps, and then my pump is primed. We'll see some milk flow here in a bit. Already Hopefully it's picking up in the camera already. There's some milk flow. It's lovely. We don't want to overpump. It can cause her to bleed. Damaging her. So, you wait. She can give about a quart. I can let go now that I've got this section sticking onto her teeth. I can generally just let go, and then I can tend to the camera, and it's all good. And at the end, I can see, just every now and then you prime it to get, you see the milk flowing? Every now and then you prime it. So I can just walk over here and do this. It will help make it stick. And also, see a little closer here how it's moving along. And you can even see the stream from her teat right there. Okay. And then here's our jar. We're getting, this is the easy way to milk. I sit down, get myself comfortable, and I'll a lot of times hold my hands on these 2 cups in case maybe she gets finished with her feed and she wants to start moving her feet around. They might come unstuck, so I just kind of sit here comfortably, and sometimes I'll hold them so that they keep filling up even when she wants to dance around. One of the best things about this, you can see it's going it's very clean. There may be dirt outside on the stand or on her feet, but the milk is coming down through a sterilized system here, and it has no debris. It has no hair and dirt. If I have to, I can at the end hand milk her. We might do that. Here's my bowl, and before sometimes when I hand milk I get a little bit of hair and dirt, so all I do is just before I put it into my jar, I'll use one of these. It's already been used, this one, and I just lay it across the top of my jar, and I pour the milk. Well, I pour the milk in, and this will strain any hair and dirt. We hand milked a little bit, and I'm hand milking. If you've got problems with your hands like I do, I just I use one hand and then I fit another one over it wherever I'm sore. For example, my thumb a lot of times will be sore, so I'll place my other hand. I can't show you because I'm one-handed here. I'll show you here. Sometimes I'll just place one hand here and then another hand over to support where my hand may be sore. It gives me more strength that way, and I don't strain. So I'm going to show you how we strain this. It's our hand milked bowl here. Maybe you can see a fly. He's pretty apparent. And there is actually a little bit of other stuff. See the hair. Okay, so we put our jar down, put our little strainer over. It's not very clean, but that's because it's doing its job. And ideally I would be holding it, but I'm holding a camera, so I'll do this kind of slowly. Let's see. Hopefully it's not going to cave in. And you can even use a coffee filter if you want to just throw it away right away afterwards. I rinse these out and rinse them out in bleach. This is how much we milked from her. Yeah. And how much you milk depends depends on if she's milked twice a day, or some people just milk once a day, but twice a day, and how much food she gets, those things will increase her, also how old she is, because each time she freshens and makes milk for her baby, her udders will get bigger. Right, Dolly? This is right. Put her back. I don't have it today, so I'm just using water, my water jug. We rinse off her teats. Usually I have a small cup, and I can do a dip. Some people add a little bleach to kill the bacteria. And one thing about the milking also, if you're going to milk one side, milk the other side just evenly to keep them even. And one will fill up, and then as you empty it out, the other one will be filling up. You can massage some of that milk down. I like to think of all that like a water balloon, because there's a lot of milk up on the inside that you can kind of feel that liquid and kind of massage it down and kind of do a squishy like you do a water balloon, squishing all of it to one side and squish it out the bottom. It definitely takes practice, because I originally got my little goats and I was very discouraged that I was not able to milk. My husband grew up with a cow and I did not, so he milked until I learned. In the meanwhile, one of these little milkers is a great asset. I am also going to tell, when she gets down, I got me a new one up here now, Salsa, looking for her can of food. And I will tell her what a good girl she is and try and keep her calm on the stand. And when I use my milker, try not to, try to be subtle about some of the movements. And when I take this milk and it's got stuff in it, anyways, I always pasteurize my milk, which is bringing it to heating it to 170 degrees in a double boiler. That kills viruses also. Viruses and bacteria. Viruses that can be transferred from goats to humans. Some diseases can be. A lot of things that we never even think of testing for, perhaps, or strains of things we don't even think of testing. So, pasteurizing in hot water, and then dumping out that hot water and putting in ice water, and that will cool the milk super fast, and then I can put it in jars in the fridge. Okay, so I was inside washing my little milker containers, or my soapy water, and my milker machine rather, and a little rinse water with some little bit of bleach, and I look out my window and we got a little herd way off yonder. My camera's really not probably going to pick it up too well. And a lot of times they'll come up close, and we enjoy watching them so close right here, and they'll eat down this clover, which is, we're very happy about it, and they are too. So here's our little patio, and one day, a couple days ago, little guy came, you can't see our steps, but he came up the steps. They play King of the Steps, and he, the door was open, came in the house. He was our little orphan guy, kind of used to being handled and liked being scratched and suckling on our fingers, and he just kind of walked around the house, and then he had to hop back down and go find his mom. This is our little hot wire fence, if you can tell right there, and to my delight, my husband moved the wire down a little bit, or added a third strand, I guess, and the goats are rather contented to stay on the opposite side. That way I can grow my little patio plants. I'm very, very grateful to be able to do that. Anyway, every now and then they kind of learn what the hot wire is. Somebody learns what it is, and then they all kind of stay away from it. babies can still sneak underneath. Before we had that, it was just open. And there's our little circle drive, and then there's a road. You're looking across the street at a house. And we just have to keep an eye on them, and they get too close near the road, like when they got on our rock driveway, we'd go out and shoo them away. We'd clap our hands, and pretty soon all we had to do was just step outside and clap our hands, or even step right here to the window and clap our hands, and they'd all run away back to the back pasture.